I always thought the stories about the breathing house were just legends. It was the kind of thing teenagers dared each other to visit, with tales of mysterious disappearances and unexplainable noises. But when my brother went missing 2 weeks ago, the house became personal. It started with a letter tucked into the windshield of my car. The handwriting was jagged and unfamiliar, but the message was clear. He's still alive. Come to the house. I knew it was a trap. What else could it be? But desperation makes you ignore reason. The house was worse than I imagined. It loomed at the edge of the forest, its decayed walls sagging as if under the weight of its secrets. As I stepped closer, I swore I saw the wood breathe, contracting, expanding like lungs. The air around it was thick, suffocating, and every instinct screamed at me to turn back. But I thought of my brother. I had to go in. Inside, the smell of rot hit me like a wave. The floor groaned with every step, and the walls were lined with peeling wallpaper that seemed to shift when I wasn't looking. The house was alive. Of that, I was certain. Each creak of the floorboards felt deliberate, like footsteps following me. In the living room, I found something chilling. Polaroids scattered across the floor. They were of my brother, tied to a chair in the very room I was standing in. The same faded wallpaper, the same broken chandelier above me, but in the photo, something was behind him. A shadowy figure with long, bony fingers stretching toward his neck. My breath hitched. I had to find him now. The deeper I went, the worse it got. The house seemed to shift and rearrange itself, leading me in circles. Doors that were open slammed shut, and new hallways appeared where none had been before. The walls whispered faintly, voices overlapping in a language I couldn't understand. Then I found the basement door. The air around it pulsed, almost like a heartbeat. As I opened it, the wooden stairs groaned louder than they should, as if warning me. The basement was pitch black, except for a faint flickering light in the corner. It was a lantern, illuminating my brother. He was slumped in a chair, his head hanging low. "Jamie?" My voice cracked as I ran to him. His head lifted slowly and relief flooded me, until I saw his face. His eyes were hollow, his skin pale and stretched tight over his bones. "You shouldn't have come," he whispered, his voice barely audible. Behind me, the door slammed shut. The air grew cold, and I felt something move. When I turned, the shadowy figure from the photos was there. It was taller than any human, its limbs impossibly long and its face a featureless void. But its eyes glowed, two piercing orbs that radiated malice. "Take me instead," I begged. "Let him go." It tilted its head, almost as if considering my plea. Then it moved, faster than I could react. Its bony fingers wrapped around Jamie's neck, and with a sickening crack, he slumped forward, lifeless. I screamed, charging at the thing, but it vanished into the shadows before I reached it. The house began to collapse around me. Walls twisted and splintered, the floor buckled, and the air was filled with deafening screams. I barely escaped, collapsing on the overgrown lawn as the house seemed to implode, folding into itself until it was gone. Jamie's body was never found, neither was the house. But some nights I hear whispers outside my window, and the shadows in my room don't always stay where they belong.